Hey everybody, it's Sherry from Mature Beauty Studio, and today I wanted to do a cheetah hack with you. If you haven't seen anyone do this, this is pretty amazing. This is how a lot of people get started with Seint makeup because it's so super easy and you can see how blendable the makeup is. So I'm starting with my compact today, and I have my color correction colors, my highlights, contour, and a couple lip and cheek colors. Second layer of this compact has some eyeshadows and an illuminator. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. So first thing I'm going to do is just use that color corrector, and I'm going to simply finger paint today. So I'm using my ring finger to just kind of tap on that color for color correction, and I'm using a color called Mango today, and that's going to neutralize the colors that I have on my eyelids and under my eyes, all that kind of darkness that we have that we want to get rid of with concealer can simply be done by using color correction. So you can see the difference between this eye and this eye already just from tapping on that color. That's just going to neutralize it. And the reason I love this is it's not caking up a bunch of color with concealer that ends up just drying up over the day and not looking good. So this is simply going to neutralize that color and keep it great all day long. Second thing I'm going to do with my finger is just tap on a little bit of that color correction on that age spot and get rid of that. And then you can see I get this spot on my nose, and I'm simply going to dab a little bit of that on there to neutralize that color. So now that we have that done, next color I'm going to go into is my contour. So again, I'm going to dip my ring finger in there, and I'm going to go right starting at my hairline and simply pull that color down. So you can see how easy this is. I am literally finger painting. That's all there is to it. Next place I'm going to do is on top of my forehead. So I'm just going to dot some of that contour right down where I want to contour. Making a couple of dots there, and then I'm going to pull it right under my jawline. Easy so far, right? Okay, next color I'm going to go into is my brightening highlight. And that shade is usually a couple shades lighter than our regular foundation. And I'm simply going to dot that under my eyes. And I'm going to pretend that I'm making a little triangle under my eyes. Just like that. So just dotting it. Just like that. It's so easy, honestly. When I first saw somebody do this, I couldn't believe that this was actually going to work. Next place I'm going to do it is down the center of my face. So again, bringing light to the center of her face, right here, and her chin. All right, now, third color we're gonna go into is our regular highlight, which is really like your main foundation. We just happen to call them highlights. So every place that I haven't put the contour or the brightener is on, I'm gonna go ahead and use my regular highlight color. So you can see I'm putting very little product on. You don't need a lot. It's going to blend beautifully. And I'm going to simply get my forehead. It's amazing. This product comes in these little tins that go in your magnetic compact, and they will last for months. Your main highlight is going to last 2 to 3 months. Your brightening highlight 4 to 6 months. Your contour will really last a year. Next color I'm going to go into is my lip and cheek color, and I'm going to just put it right, a couple little dots right up there. I'm not going to go on the apples of my cheeks. We're going to keep it up here because that's going to be a little bit more of a youthful appearance. Okay, so now I got my full cheetah face on. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend it in. You're going to see how easy this is. I'm using the blush and bronzer brush today, and I'm going to simply start with my lighter colors. So this is my brightening highlight and main highlight shades. And you can just see how they blend together. Once you put the product on, it really kind of warms to your skin, and it's so easy to blend. So I recommend getting one of our brushes. These brushes are professional quality. They're made for cream makeup, so they blend really well, and they're super soft. So next, I'm gonna go in and do the contour. So I'm just gonna swirl the forehead contour right up in my hairline. And that's bringing dimension to our face. So once we use the old foundations, they're very flat. Once you use this foundation, you're going to see that your face has so many more colors in it, and it really brings it to life. So the contour and lip and cheek color, I'm going to just swirl those colors together and kind of meld them. You can see it doesn't take a lot of effort. You can basically just swirl, and if you got too much product, like I maybe overdid the blush on that side, we're just going to keep swirling and blending until it's the right color. Okay, now at this point, I might assess and say, you know what, I think I want just a little more brightening. So I'm going to just go in and add a little bit more to my under eyes, just to kind of brighten that area up. And when we get older, it seems like we get more discoloration under our eyes. So that's where I always really like a little bit more of that brightening highlight. This was a total game changer for me once I discovered that. It really brought my face to life. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my lip and cheek color, and I'm going to use the same color I used on my cheeks. That color is called Sandstone. I love this color. And again, I'm just finger painting. So I'm going to go into the second layer of my compact now. I have my eyeshadows and illuminators. And the other thing I like to do with my shadow is fill in my eyebrows just a little bit. So I'm taking this dark color called Trust, and I'm simply going to put it on my eyeshadow brush. And I am just going to do a little fill in. Now I have put some of our brow wax on my brows just so it kind of sticks. And this will literally last all day long. And if you have a spoolie brush, I'm going to grab my little spoolie brush. You can just kind of brush up like that. And look at what a beautiful brow that is. It really gives you an instant eye lift once you get those brows filled in. So I love this little trick. Just going in with that eyebrow wax, filling in with the shadow, and giving just a really nice, clean brow. And just brushing it up with our spoolie. Just like that. Then for my eyeshadows, I am going to go in. Now I've already, remember we took that highlight color and did our lids to get rid of the discoloration. I'm going to go in with a light color today. This one is called Cupcake. It's this very light color. And I'm just going to, again, kind of seal that highlight and just give you a nice matte eyeshadow, just kind of a base for getting started. And then I'm going to go in with a color called Bubba, and I love this color. Actually, it's Zion. Sorry, I'm using Zion today, which is kind of this reddish brown, and I'm going to reach just above my brow bone because I have hooded eyes. So I need to go up just a little bit higher with that color so it shows. It's easy to do eyeshadow with your eyes open and then you close it and it's gone. So we always have to kind of remember to go up. I would say get right into that brow bone, not all the way up, but pretty close. And that way we're going to see that shadow. Isn't that pretty? Just kind of a neat reddish brown. And then I'm going to take a color called Cocoa. And I am simply, because I have the hooded eyes, I'm going to just put my brush right there, kind of tap it. So I always like to say I'm doing an inverted 7. So I'm tapping that brush right up here, tapping it over here like I'm drawing a 7. Tap, 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 and then I'm going to blend. And what we're doing here is keeping that dark color on the outside of our eyes. Adding some accent, you can see what that does. So again, put it right here, just tap it, tap it, tap it. That's where it's going to deposit the color. And then tap a 7 upside down, or an inverted 7, I'm sorry. And then just kind of blend it out. And you can kind of swirl just to kind of blend those colors together. And then the other place I like to use that darker color is underneath. I want to line with that. I'm going to go ahead and give myself an eyeliner, a very soft eyeliner, using Cocoa. So you can kind of see our eyes kind of coming to life finally by adding those colors. I always like to use this almost on my upper lids, almost like you would a liner. So I just kind of grab my eyelid and pull it a little bit taut, because unfortunately, the older we get, the looser those lids get. I don't know what happens. We get a little saggy, droopy, loose, whatever, but we can make it work, right? All right, so we'll just kind of blend that out. So now we've got the darkness here, the lighter inside, and I'm gonna go back to that highlight color. So my brightening highlight, I'm just gonna dip it on my ring finger and just kind of bring it in the corner of my eye. Again, bringing that lightness, getting rid of any discoloration, and it just makes your eyes appear so much bigger once you do that. So I like that. I'm going to finish up with just a little bit of illuminator today. I have one called Photoshop, and we have powder illuminators and cream illuminators. Either one, they're beautiful, and the powders have just a little bit more oomph. So I'm going to just put on a little bit of that Photoshop right on the very top of my cheekbones where the light's going to catch, just like that. And I can also go on the center of my face just to give me a little illumination. All right, final step is going to be a little mascara. And you probably don't want to watch me put this on, so I'll come back in a minute once I have my mascara on. Okay, I have my mascara on. I'll take that final step and take this perfector sponge and just go in and press in all our beautiful Seint makeup. And what this does is allows it to stay all day long. So I used a little bit of our Stay Spray, setting spray, and honestly, this is like the final step, and I love this. Now, if you have oily skin and you wanted to use some powder, this would be the time when you would go in with a little powder and finish it up. But to me, this is super easy. So the Cheetah HAC is where it's at. All you have to do is put those little dots on your face and apply this makeup, and then blend it out with one of our great brushes, and it's fantastic. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd like a color match and you'd like to get started with Seint makeup too.